So we're gonna line this little Skool guy. It's a Japanese helmet. I forgot what's the name for it. It has a name. I forgot that. So Japanese helmets is something you can like assemble, disassemble, and they also have like the jaw line. It's like a separate piece that you can attach, and then they also have like a full cover that goes above the face, so it covers the face as well. So mostly they have this like big one part. Then they also have the nose part that covers the nose, so barely you can see the eyes, and then a specific one that covers the jaw line, so it kind of holds in place. And these helmets can be sometimes slippery, so that is the reason why a lot of times in Japanese movies you can see they have bald heads, because for this to really stuck to someone's head, they literally shaved all the hair off the head, so it's not slippery, but it's really like glued to you. And that is the reason why in the movies you can see half bald, half hair. It's because to not make it slippery, it kind of really stacks on you, like these gloves go on you. But imagine if you would have hair underneath the gloves, these gloves would not really be on you, they would just slide off because there's hair. Yeah, so that's the reason they shaved it all off. So that's like a mini backstory to them. I'm going to use 9 round liner. I have Acus M2. For the black, I just use dynamic triple black. And we're gonna outline this with the 9 because when this is a flash sheet, a flash design, you don't want to make these really thin, really tiny, really slim. You want nice chunky lines, but not bold lines, because when you have these parallel lines next to each other, you don't want them to be too close to each other. They merge together, and then the more thicker lines you pull, the thicker lines just means more ink is inside. The more ink is inside the line, the more it can blur out, because you gave the ink to blur out. Makes sense? If the lines are thinner, which means you gave less ink and it can't really blur out itself. Whereas if you use bigger, it has more ink to blur out. So 9 is like a nice sweet spot between really bold line and thin lines. Mostly I line on 8.0. I don't know, you can't see that, but it's 8.0. And the more needles are in, the softer it hits. And then if we see clockwise, literally you can watch them and then they will come out more and more and more. Depending how much you want the ink flow, that's how far you bring the needles out. So you can control how far needles come out. Also, you physically control how much ink comes out. Yeah, so if ink comes out massive, that's your fault. If ink doesn't come out, it's your fault. So you can design how much ink comes out, and sometimes literally you can just do this much, like a tiny bit of twist, and that's all it's needed. You'll see many times you don't need to make a full loop or something. You can just do a small adjustment, small little tweak from, like, if this is like a clock, you go from, like, let's say here's 9 to 12, and that's a big change. Maybe you can't see much, but I'm pretty sure you can hear it, how much ink goes quiet, more louder, quiet, more louder, quiet, more louder. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a big change in a sense. And then you pick up the ink. Automatically you put cream onto the line you're planning to line. I think I'm just gonna start from the helmet, somewhere there. I never really start from the corners. Like I try to avoid starting from corners. So we're gonna start from like a mid-line, which allows us to glide in. Yeah, so we can glide in ourselves, and then we can just line nice, juicy, long lines. As you can see, your arm needs to become like a robot, yeah? No movement, no running, just nice, chill, relax. And then here we glide out, literally like upwards, like a plane lifts off. Yeah, you slide out. And then we dub. So if you dub many times, there's nothing to clean, no mess made. Cool, crack on. And then we repeat. Here I'm gonna start from this side, and then we start from the previous line, and we glide into that line, and then we carry on and pull nice juicy long line. Yeah, go up, make a little bump, hit that guy. Let's say I'm coming back in because I feel like I might have ink enough to blast it all. I might be wrong. Actually, I can feel I'm losing ink, so I'm gonna take out needle in a safe place rather than I get to the corner and then the ink runs out and you're like, fuck. You wanna stop and start lines where it's handy for you. Yeah, it's same like parking. You want to park your car where it's easy to get in and it's also easy to get out. Yeah, you don't want to be park yourself where it's really hard to get out. So in a sense, you also want to break the line apart where it's easy for you to break line apart. And then you can just continue like nothing ever happened, and continue that line, and then you pull into the line and you continue for a little bit, and then you pull it out. And then we dab, 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 and then voila, we have nice black line, nice and easy. And then we just repeat that many times. When you first start, I don't know why, but people have the tendency to leave gaps between the lines. Do not keep a gap between your lines. You need to join them two together. You push upwards, make a little bump down, hit that line, and then slide back in. And we repeat